So, in the last episode, I farmed out some more accessories, and at that point there wasn't a lot I could farm anymore before doing the mechanical bosses. So I prepared an arena, and I prepared my character, and I fought both the destroyer, the mechanical worm, and I fought the mechanical eyes. Now the mechanical worms I was able to defeat. However, the mechanical eyes proved to be slightly too difficult for my character at this point, so I will need to try and use any advantages I can get from the mechanical worm being dead to defeat the eyes. Now, of course, the mechanical worm allows me to now get the mega shark, since I get the souls that I can combine with shark fins and the mini shark. So here I'm making a little shark farm. Not the best shark farm ever, but I just need a couple, so I'm not going to optimize it too much. And then once I have the mega shark, that's pretty much all the improvements I can get from one mechanical boss. I'll try and again and kill the mechanical eyes. Now the mechanical skull, or the Skeletron Prime, I think is a little bit more scary, so I'll do that at the end of this video, once I have every single piece of upgrade I can get. Just because I take a little bit more damage there, and sometimes I take damage in bursts when I get stuck in the head, and I really do not want to die on this hardcore run, since I've gotten this so far now that I feel like there might be a chance that I actually complete this game and go all the way to Moonlord. But yeah, I'm just farming out the couple improvements here. Here I got the Mega Shark. I roll the Mega Shark a couple times, and then pretty quickly here I am actually ready for the mechanical eyes once again, this time with a slight improvement in my damage. So yeah, I am using good bullets together with Ica bullets to decrease the armor of the eyes, and using every potion I can get. So I was about to spawn the eye this night, but I see that it's going to be a terrible night. Now I did make the Mega Shark with a bunch of Icar bullets, so I feel pretty ready. I just need to get my summons out as soon as he spawns. I'm again going to start in the honey, so I have the honey buff. I don't know if it's at 8 or at 8:30 that it spawns. Now again I got all the buffs. I have the Icar flask. I'm using the same arena, so kind of the only difference is the weapon, but I think it should make quite a difference. Now I didn't roll it to the best modifier, since it's quite expensive and I don't have a lot of money, since I spent 1 plat on this icicle that I didn't even get legendary. But I'm going to replace it for the True Knight's Edge after the mechanical bosses anyway. So I think it'll spawn here. Okay, not yet, maybe at 9. Just waiting on my buffs, since there's quite a many and some of them are a little bit expensive. I think I only have one of the ammo conservation, since I didn't really fish up those fish. The double cod. I usually skip to them. Okay, buffed up. And now I just shoot. I do want to get to the other side. Okay, I want to go to the top platform so I can move a little bit quicker. Dodge the green bullets a little bit. I'm a bit slow since I'm not using my Terra Spark boots, but I do prefer most of the other accessories, using a health pot there. Okay, so I'm focusing down the green eye, the melee eye a little bit. I might have to actually run. Health pot still 40 seconds. Yeah, I might need to do this fight with my Terra Spark boots since I'm not fast enough. "17 seconds on the health potion. "9 seconds. I should start focusing down one of the eyes here. Okay, I can do another health potion, back at full health. Now I just need to go to the right again. Okay, one of the eyes, okay, they're both enraged, which is not super good. You usually want to enrage one of them at a time. I think in the enraged mode they have a little bit less armor, but they do way more damage. So I need to really keep running here. I just used my buffs again in case, but I think I still have all the buffs. Just need to keep running, keep dashing. I could maybe use my roller skates to gain more speed, but I lose a lot of control then, so I don't like it too much. 15 seconds on my health potion. "7 seconds on my health potion. Want to keep going vertical. Health potion's up. Immediately use it. And I'm going to go to the other side. Sadly, the one I didn't drop any hearts. Now this one should be a little bit easier since it has a short range, so I can just try and stay out of its range a little bit. Yeah, once it does the flame attack, I'm good. Oh, that was quite a scary fight, but I think I got it here. Just have to make sure that I don't die in this last little bit. And there it is, the second boss down. My heart is beating fast again. Now I am not immediately going to summon him again, even though I do have the eye, since that fight was a lot closer than I wanted it to be. Now before I can spawn the skeleton, I need to get a Soul of Light farm going. So that's why I made my underground area below my base neutral, so I can make it hallowed. Yeah, here it is, the next trophy. Get the Soul of Sight so I can get the better summons. And then I'm going to start building my Soul of Light farm. Let's get my spawn location back. My heart is beating fast once again. The optical staff. And let's reforge it, and then I will go back to the faster grind. Anything good will do. Ruthless is completely fine. I don't need this one anymore. Okay. That was quite scary. Oh, I actually might need a minute to catch my breath. So yeah, I'm going to continue on working towards the mechanical skull. So with the mechanical eyes dead, I got another small character upgrade, which is the better summons. I really like these eyes since they do seem to hit their target quite often and they don't seem to get stuck too much. I do still sometimes use the slime stuff when I want my summons in a specific spot, but this is good for now. Now what I'm doing here is I'm clearing out all the... I just cleared out all the jungle areas and I'm making an underground or a caverns hallowed area. That way I can start farming some Souls of Light. And also I want to start farming life fruit, since I think now that the mechanical bosses are dead I am able to get life fruit. And that will allow me to increase my life even further, which is really important in hardcore, of course, trying not to die. So I'm making some more hallowed here. I'm trying to remember what I was trying to farm. I think it's only the Souls of Light at this point. Some better wings I can get. And yeah, of course, the Staff of Discord won't drop here, since you need a hallowed ice or a different hallowed surface than the hallowed dirt that I have here. But I will be getting a lot of Souls of Light. So I always try to improve my farming spots a little bit while I'm farming. That way I get less bored, and also I just keep improving the farm rate until I get whatever I'm looking for. Continuing with my fishing dailies, even though I don't need a lot of things anymore. But it's still nice to have good fishing stats for your potions, since endurance potions take the cavern fish, and you also need the crimson and corruption fish for the damage and crit potions. And especially the hallowed fish, they give you a potion that gives you extra life, which is really important for hardcore. Yeah, as you see here, I already have 2 yellow hearts. I'm starting to find life fruit. I'm really liking the fact that my cell phone shows whenever there's life fruit nearby. That way whenever I go through my base I can really quickly see if there's a life fruit waiting for me. So I was doing some sleeping there to see if I could get any chlorophyte to spawn and any life fruit to spawn, but it's taking a while. So at this point I do feel ready to try out the mechanical skull. And for the mechanical skull I don't think I'm going to need to do a lot of running, since he moves with me quite a bit. And I just need to focus down the hands one by one, and then the skull. Make sure I don't get hit by the skull. Now I am going to use the Terraspark boot so I can run away from the skull a little bit easier. And other than that I'm going to use the Mega Shark again, and this time I have the better summons from the mechanical eye. I also got some fire blossoms, so I can get some nice potions from that. Should help just a little bit extra. Every little bit helps. Where is it? Infernal potion, I think, yes. Okay. Now the last night I kind of wanted to do it, but it was storming and I don't think... I think I am safe from lightning in my arena because of the ceiling, but I'm not quite sure. So I wanted to wait one extra night. And also if I don't get it this night, then I can just farm up some more life fruits so I can go to 500 life. And that will also help me a little bit on this boss. Now in the meantime I'm waiting for chlorophyte to spawn. I'm somewhat scared about it, since it hasn't been spawning at all so far, which I find quite strange. So that's why I made this slightly bigger jungle area down here. Maybe some chlorophyte can spawn here. But anyway, it's almost night. Just looking if I can get one last life fruit before I start. I'm going back to the arena. I'm getting ready to spawn the boss, starting the honey. Using my buffs. Summoning all my little things, and there it is. Okay, so on this boss I don't want to move too much, I just want to dodge mainly. and run away from the skull when it does that. I don't want to be on the bottom platform because the honey will slow me down quite a bit. Now I am also damaging the skull, since the skull does do some damage. Okay, so let's start focusing the hands. So far the fight is going decently. I want to get the honey buff here so I don't need to use my health potion. Yeah, having the Terraria boots equipped really helps use the health potion there. Panic necklace would have been good as well, since I am taking damage from time to time. But it's fine, I think. Damaging down one of the hands. Need to get the honey buff again. And just continue on with this strategy, I think. So once he's done spinning, he goes slower, and that's when I can get the honey. Okay, I'm getting a little bit lower. 20 seconds on my health potion. Almost got one of the hands down. Ooh, that was really, really bad. Got the honey, 4 seconds on my health potion. I almost teleported out there. Using the health potion immediately. I'm just going to continue running away. To get the next hand down. Getting the honey before he spins, which is a little bit dangerous. If he started spinning there, I would have been done for. Oh, I got knocked into his head because I did a dash. And the dash hit one of his hands. Quickly get his hands down. So that doesn't happen again. Second hand down. Run away from the head. Sure, I don't dash into the hand. Okay, got the honey buff since he's slow now. Once he's done spinning, every time he's slow. Okay, start focusing down the hands. The honey buff again. Wow, this is hectic. Just in case buffing up again. Okay, stop dashing so I don't dash into the hand and get knocked into the head. Okay, get the honey buff again. Okay, my potion is up, so that's good, but I'm full health, so I don't need it. Okay, one more hand, and then the head starts enraging, so I will focus the head for a bit, so they go down at the same time. The honey buff just before the head enrages. Okay, now it's just the head. Ooh, don't want to get stuck in the honey there. Okay, whew, that was close. One scary moment during the fight, but overall it went pretty nicely. So now that I have all the mechanical bosses, I can see what it said. Jungle grows restless. Yeah, so Plantera bulbs will start spawning now. Now where is these eyes, twins? Okay, so now that the mechanical bosses are down, I can finally get the pickaxe axe, which will allow me to get what's it called? Chlorophyte. And then I can start my chlorophyte farm in the underworld, since I have these little pockets of mud and I have them a distance apart that makes sure that the chlorophyte will keep growing in each of them once I place one block there. And I should have full chlorophyte in no time as soon as I have one chlorophyte in my base somewhere. Now let's make the pickaxe axe. Which is some hallowed bars and each of the souls. some reason I don't see it here. See where is my souls? Soul of flight? No, not flight. Might sight. Ah, I didn't pick up the souls of this boss. Just going to go back, pick up the souls, and then I can make the pickaxe X. Where did he die? Somewhere on the left here. Funny it's raining even though I have a platform above me. Doesn't quite seem to be working as intended. For some reason I cannot find the souls. Would suck if I didn't get the souls. I have to fight them again. So I really only want to fight the mechanical bosses again. Oh, it's in the bag. I'm done. I only want to fight the mechanical bosses once I have turtle armor again. And I will need to if I want the true Knight's Edge, which I want for Plantera. So let's see. And I will not be crafting the what's it called? Hallowed armor, since I can just get turtle armor immediately, basically. Yeah, so I don't have enough Soul of Sight and Light to get the True Knight's Edge. I need 20 of each. Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh, and also of course get the mechanical cart, which is fun. Let's see what crafting station I need. So that is the last mechanical boss down. Oh, I do have the steampunker, so I can get more. Oh, that's a very different way. Oh, that's not what I remember it to be. Oh, funny. So I do have the steampunker, so I can make a big sky conveyor belt star farm. Get rid of all my potions. Oh, I did not want to do anything here. Now the star veil I do like to have on. I'm still waiting for the bricklayer after so long. Still don't have it. So I cannot make the Hand of Creation just yet. So yeah, I'm going to go and farm chlorophyte as soon as it gets here. Farm more life crystals. And maybe even the Rod of Discord eventually. In the underground, in the caverns hallowed. But I do need to convert the hallowed into ice blocks or something different than just the hallowed grass. And once I have done that, I will put the steampunker down here so I can get the hallowed contaminator bullets. And once I have done that, then I am ready for Plantera, but that will take quite a while, so I'm going to go back into the time lapse. Yeah, so at this point, a lot of waiting is going to be happening. Since the way that chlorophyte spawns is that every dirt block in the world gets checked if there is a jungle block nearby, and if there is a jungle block nearby a mud block, sorry, mud, not dirt, then that mud block has a chance to spawn chlorophyte, as long as there's not too many chlorophyte, other chlorophyte veins nearby. So there's also some logic with other chlorophyte veins, but in this world I don't have other chlorophyte veins yet, so it's purely the amount of mud blocks close to jungle that count. And since this is Skyblock, I don't have a lot of mud blocks, and so it's going to take a long time for chlorophyte to spawn. So what I should do is increase the amount of mud blocks near jungle blocks. But yeah, I need more mud blocks for that. So there I did a quick pirate invasion in between. I would like the what's it, coin ring, lucky coin and discount card, because that gives me if I combine those, I'm able to get a lot more money, especially with slimes doing a lot of small hits, and every hit, if you have the lucky coin, has a chance to give you some money. So you're constantly doing hits and constantly getting money from each of those hits. But anyway, here I am doing some lava fishing, just to get some more of the lava fish, and also yeah, so just for the lava potions. And I'm just doing all this to pass the time, since I need the chlorophyte to grow anyway, and that'll take quite a long time. So I keep checking my jungle for both chlorophyte and for the live fruit, and just looking for any tasks to do in the meantime, like doing my herbs, seeing if I have enough of all the different types of potions. So in this game, I think potions are a really big deal. That's what makes kind of hardcore runs, I think, possible. Well, it's possible without, but it makes it a lot more doable with potions, since you get so much stronger just by that small extra advantage. Especially if you stack all these small advantages together, it becomes quite a big one. So yeah, keep checking the jungles for chlorophyte. I know, like, for future runs I'm going to make a lot more mud blocks, but here I'm just hoping that it won't take too long, and I also didn't quite get the chlorophyte logic at this point yet. I thought there is a chance of chlorophyte to spawn and then it would look for a mud block to spawn it in, but because it's the other way around, the amount of mud blocks is much more important. So I'm also still just farming for some more herb slimes. Since I put some ash down, the herb slimes will spawn fire blossom, and I don't have a lot of fire blossoms yet, so that's nice to have those growing. I really like the way that herb slimes work, that they just plant whatever block is underneath them. Yeah, I'm just potion farming until I get chlorophyte. And also my health is slowly increasing, which is nice. Still doing some of my daily quests for fishing, because I don't have all the fishing accessories yet. Since you can stack the fireproof tackle box and fish earring, you can stack their fishing powers, just to optimize that as well. Sadly, you cannot stack bobbers. Of course, on every full moon I want to do my herbs, because I have the deathweed then, and the deathweed is somewhat annoying to farm because it's only during full moons. But I am getting to a point where I have quite a few of them, so I won't run out of those potions too quickly. I think here I still thought that you could get... No, never mind. I already have the armor from the mechanical bosses, etc. Here I'm fishing for the hallowed fish because I want the prismite fish for the health potion. That gives you, I think, 20% extra maximum health. And that again on hardcore is really strong because it can make the difference between something being a 2 or 3 shot. And especially with my slow reaction times, I can use that extra time from the extra hit to teleport out or run away. I keep checking my jungle, and at this point I'm thinking, yeah, okay, it's taking a lot longer than I want to wait, so I'm starting to plant a lot of extra mud blocks just to make sure that eventually chlorophyte will spawn. I'm also in the back of my mind slightly scared that chlorophyte only spawns the second you kill the third mechanical boss. And what I was thinking was that maybe my world was bricked because I didn't have chlorophyte. You only get one chance to spawn it, but luckily it does continuously grow even after all the mechanical bosses are dead. And it's not just a one-time thing once the third is killed. Trying to think what I was doing here. Oh yeah, I wanted to farm pirate maps because I still don't have the lucky coin, etc. I thought I'd make a quick pirate map farm since I'm waiting for chlorophyte anyway. And so I need to have something at the beach, so I just reuse this small sea area. Make something where mobs can only spawn to the right, and any mob that dies at the ocean biome has a chance to drop a map, so I'll get enough maps just from these couple slimes and harpies and etc. Now with dash, those wyverns aren't too scary. You can just dash to the right and left once as it dashes it towards you. And I get some pirate maps here pretty quickly, so yeah, no need to make it more difficult than needed. And I really like the icicle, although I did spend like 20 or so platinum on it, or 10 or 20. It was like all my money re-rolling it, and I didn't even get legendary. And I think I replaced it pretty quickly, since you get wraiths now, I think, during solar eclipse. And they drop the death sickle, which goes through walls, and I really like that. So it's basically the same as the ice sickle, only the spinny thing goes through walls. I did a quick brain boss there because I wanted the accessory for my fishing set. Here I look at how long I've been playing. It was like 64 hours at this point. Now at this point I also finally have enough blocks, since the wood farm has gotten up and running. Of course, could have gotten it up and running a lot quicker if I just bought the acorns from the dryad, but this works just as well. And here again I decided it's way too slow, this chlorophyte farming, so I'm just making a lot more mud blocks. And there's a meteorite rain in the background, that's those little lights that you saw. I'm just planting some jungle blocks or jungle seeds, and now I need to wait for it to grow. So I'm going to make another base here. I think this is going to be my solar eclipse farm, because I want to get the death sickle from the wraiths, and also once I kill Plantera I want to kill Mothron a couple times for the broken hero sword. so I can get the Terra Blade. Now I do place some NPCs here because I want the Dryad and the Nurse nearby when I'm farming solar eclipses, since solar eclipses are quite deadly. And what I do is I make a little kill spawn area to the left. I'll make a teleporter that they teleport into a small death box, and I'm next to the death box, just claiming the loot and killing the mobs. Now I am using the slime stuff again, even though it's this late in the game, just because the slime behaves and stays where I want it to be. And I'm just experimenting with where I want the teleporter for the spawn box and stuff like that. Keep checking my jungles for any chlorophyte, because as soon as I have one chlorophyte, that's when it starts growing quicker. Because chlorophyte spreads to nearby mud if there's not too many separate chlorophyte veins nearby. But I have the mud spread out in the hell, or in the underworld, so that there's never too many chlorophyte veins close to one another. So all chlorophyte that I farm keeps growing continuously in the underworld, in the separate little mud areas I made there. But yeah, first I need my first chlorophyte, and my first chlorophyte, that's what's taking so long. Doing some pirate invasions here, since I thought the coin ring might be nice also when I do my solar eclipse farming. Since if the solar eclipse is safe enough, then I will be willing to swap out one accessory for the lucky coin, just to get some extra gold while farming. And I continue doing my pirate invasions. So since I am underground here, there's not a lot of ships spawning, it seems like. So I'm hoping for the pirate captains to drop the accessories, since they have slightly better chance. However, here, like once every so often, a ship does spawn, so I make a little hole and I just shoot it through the hole. Oh yeah, and here I immediately get the lucky coin, so that is quite lucky, since in a previous playthrough I think I did like 8 pirate invasions before I had it. So yeah, sometimes lucky, sometimes not. But yeah, I'm not lucky when it comes to the chlorophyte, so yeah, still waiting on that. See, I think I'm doing another frozen shell farm here. I think I might want one for my fishing set. I'm not quite sure why I was farming there. Or maybe I was just relaxing and I wanted to relax in a spot where I was also farming at least something. Ah, I think I'm also just farming some money with my slime and my lucky coin. Ah, I see chlorophyte spawn now. So I removed the mud on the left side and now I can start my chlorophyte farming. So yeah, I immediately go down to the underworld and I plant one chlorophyte ore in each of the boxes. And here I have a small close goal, I think. So I'm just increasing the size of the boxes. But then a devil spawns. And that's one of those mobs that throws tridents that go through walls. And they hurt really badly. So yeah, I'm just trying to ignore the mobs and increase the size of the box. I have my calming potion on, so I think I'm safe. It's just these mobs. And I accidentally like swapped out the Ankh shield so that I can get knocked back now. So it's even more annoying to place blocks since I'm getting knocked all over the place. So I'm really not paying attention at this point anymore, since I think I'm safe. And I got hit a couple times, but it's not doing so much damage, so I'm thinking I'm safe and I'm still trying to place the mud. Then there's one of these devils. As you look at my health, I get hit by one of those and it took like over half my life, so I immediately use a health potion and teleport back. And this just shows you how close Terraria can be at any time. If you just lose focus for a second, you can be dead. That's what makes hardcore so difficult, that you have to keep focus for so long. And I'm really, really happy I didn't accidentally die there. That would have been a really nasty death. So I'm just making a little floor here, since there were some mobs annoying me from below and I didn't want them to hit me as I was teleporting back with low life or anything. I see a Plantera bulb there, so I need to be really careful from now on that I don't accidentally hit that, since Plantera will probably still kill me at this point. I definitely want my chlorophyte. I want armor that I made with chlorophyte before then, the turtle armor. And I also want maximum health and all my potions. So yeah, now I'm just improving my farms a bit, since I'm waiting for the chlorophyte to grow anyway. Using my lucky coin to gather some money. But I'm not really happy with that money farm. So I'm just going to remove all the water and make sure nothing spawns down here, so they all spawn in one spot. I just removed the floor, since that's all you need to do to stop mobs from spawning. I'm just waiting for the chlorophyte to grow. There you go. You just saw one grow into a second block. Once I have a couple more chlorophyte blocks or ores, then I go back down and I plant them in new little boxes. So finish this box, make it bigger, go to the next one, plant one chlorophyte, make it bigger, etc, etc. I'll really start to multiply quickly here now. Meanwhile, just farming some money with my lucky coin. I always need money for rerolls. Now, even though for money farming banners aren't good, since you want the mobs to be alive as long as possible so the slime can keep hitting them as long as possible, for hardcore runs I still want to use all the banners just so they do as little damage to me as possible if some mob breaks through a wall or something and hits me accidentally. I think here I'm farming for another lucky horseshoe, since the luck of the lucky horseshoe does stack with other sources of luck. And so when I am doing some specific farm where that's safe, I might want to replace my wings with a lucky horseshoe just to increase my luck by just a little bit. Now here I'm going to gather the couple chlorophyte that would have grown, and I plant them in new boxes just to speed up the growth of the chlorophyte. Reach the edge of the world, so I go back to the middle and I go the other side as well. Now whenever I do go down to the underworld, I do every time use my calming potion and some basic potions like the Iron Skin, etc. Since the underworld until the end of the game does stay quite scary. Since those devils really do a lot of damage with their tridents. Whenever I do see one, I just run away to despawn it. And I use up all my mud, just increasing the size of those veins in case I'm away for a bit doing other farming. And the chlorophyte grows a bunch. I don't want it to fill up a vein completely and then the time being sort of wasted when it doesn't have space to grow. So yeah, make sure I have all my buffs in the solar eclipse farm. And I think as soon as I have turtle armor, that's when I'm going to do the solar eclipse farming. I'm making some extra mud there for my chlorophyte farm. And yeah, it goes so much quicker with the grave digger, with the shovel. Should have done this way earlier. And I now also place wood to throw the dirt on, so I don't dig the wood, so I don't have to replace it every time. And at this point I'm a real dirt farmer. I've got the efficiency of this down to the T. Yeah, since I have my chlorophyte farm going quite nicely now, I don't need this extra mud at my jungle farm. So I remove it so that the mobs don't spawn in places I don't want them to spawn. Since I really want to stay in control in this Skyblock map. Because I think that's the only way that I'll survive hardcore. If I make sure that every mob that spawns is meant to spawn. I'm just doing some money farming and farming for some hamburgers here. Even though I could probably get better food if I made the snow cavern slow biome high load. I'd get, I think, both ice cream and I would get the fish runs to spawn for the bacon. Which is the, I think, the second best food in the game, just after the golden delight, which you create from like golden fish that you can cook. But that's slightly less farmable than bacon. But yeah, it's all just the duration of the buff, so it doesn't really matter that much. This is mainly just a lazy and safe way for me to farm up some money while I wait for the chlorophyte to grow. Yeah, I'm gathering up my chlorophyte. Starting to really accelerate the growth, so it shouldn't take too much longer now before I have enough. And then I'll just want to keep farming it for the chlorophyte bullets, which actually home in on targets, and that'll make using the well, any gun in this game a lot easier. Looking at how many barbs I need for my armor. I'm getting some extra potions. Also have some chlorophyte veins growing underneath my base, just really trying to optimize the growth here. Really happy I made the chlorophyte farm in the pre-hard mode. It really helps me out here. I thought I might be able to get away with the big mud block and not doing the underworld farm, but the underworld farm really was needed in hindsight, so I'm happy I did it. Now that I'm able to farm some more money, I'm just making sure that everything is warding, so I have the most amount of armor possible, and some of my tools I'm just reforging a little bit, since I have enough money now. And me sitting here is really just waiting for chlorophyte to spawn while I'm lucky coin ring slime farming gold. I'm using my sickle for anything that goes through walls accidentally. I think I have wraiths spawn here from time to time. Probably on the wood block maybe? Not quite sure. And there's also lightning now, so I don't really want to go outside. I keep doing my fishing dailies since I still don't quite have enough potions for the entire rest of the game. And I also want some, I think, specific dungeon loot. Not quite sure what I was farming for here. Maybe the Muramasa for some reason. Maybe I was looking for the biome chests. So in a normal world, you get one biome chest for each biome that's in that world. And you can open them with biome keys that drop from any mob within its biome. And you get a single pretty good item from it. And I really like the Crimson biome chest since it has the vampire knives, which is a medium range like melee weapon that actually heals you as the attacker. And I really like it since it gives you a lot of survivability. However, sadly in Skyblock there's no real way to get it. Because you can't get the biome chest since there's no natural dungeon. So I was hoping to fish up a dungeon biome chest or anything, but I've been looking on the internet a lot and there seems to really be no way to get the biome chests in Skyblock. Even if you do use Shimmer you can get the biome chest, but it's empty. So yeah, sadly you can only get the biome keys and not the biome chest. So I make my spawning area a little bit higher so that even flying mobs also go into the teleporter. I also make a floor beneath me so that the wraiths will float above the floor beneath me but not reach me through the wall. And that's how I'm going to farm the death sickle. Now do also put them in front of actuators so that I can remove the floor beneath me if I don't need wraiths anymore. They'll just fall out of the map and despawn. So I can kind of choose what mobs I want to spawn in my solar eclipse farm. I also now finally get the hallowed bullets for the Contaminator, so I can make my Caverns Ice farm also a hallowed farm. So I can now get the bacon, but also I can start farming for the Rod of Discord. since Chaos Elementals only spawn on like hallowed ice and a couple other blocks, but I think hallowed ice is the easiest one to get. And Chaos Elementals have a chance to spawn the Rod of Discord, a very small chance, so it'll take me a long time to farm. So the sooner I start farming it, the better, since I do want that for Moonlord in case I need to use it to dodge the beams. And also, I mean, the food is always good that you farm from the caverns, ice hallowed. Just getting the major food buff for the extra 3 defense and a lot of other stats is just really nice. Or maybe even 4 defense, I think. No, I think 3. Anyway, it's a good farm here. And I think I am doing it with the lucky coin on, just so I can get some extra money. And again, in the background waiting for chlorophyte, so it doesn't feel too wasteful. So a solar eclipse is happening, and I want to farm this because I really want the scythe that goes through walls. I also want to farm this once before Plantera, so I can farm it without Mothrons to get as powerful as I can, since after Plantera Mothrons start spawning, and they are really deadly. They just go through walls real quick, and they two-shot me. I do want Mothrons later for the Broken Hero Sword, so I can make the Terra Blade, but for now, my main focus is on the Scythe, and maybe also the Moonstone and the Neptune Shell. So I'm going to go to a farm that I set up for this, and I'm hoping this farm will work. I'm going to definitely use my buffs. See, yeah, okay, so the scythes come underneath me, and if I go to the left they will float there. But I do want to get an endurance potion just for the first half at least. Well, actually I'll keep them on for the whole fight. And I'll do life force and heart reach in my inventory just in case. You have thorns, I have thorns to knock them back a bit. And Flask of Acre. So if anything happens I just press B and I'm able to kill as many enemies as possible. So I'll go to the left here, and now what should happen is that the scythe ghosts will get stuck underneath me and go from left to right, and then I can start shooting them with a little gun. For now I'm just looking at how all the enemies are behaving, if nothing goes through walls. I'm really keeping an eye on everything. Okay, so there one comes. He shouldn't fall off now. Perfect. Staying in his place. Since he is staying in his place, I can make a little hole and use it to shoot him. Ah, I can just use this. Perfect. So this is kind of how I want to farm the scythe. Now I do have the nurse to my right, I have the dryad. I didn't put my spawn point underground, which I wanted to do, but I kind of panicked a bit, since the solar eclipse is really deadly. Like the vampires, they're almost invisible as a little bat. They fly at you super fast and instantly kill you. Okay, so I see the scythe there, and I probably won't be able to get it until after the solar eclipse. That's actually really lucky that it dropped this fast. Now for luck, I did use the bone torches instead of normal torches, since normal torches give minus luck or 0 luck. In this case it's a neutral biome, so 0 luck. But the bone torches do give plus luck. I'm not wearing my lucky ring or lucky horseshoe for luck, so I could change that if I feel comfortable. I just want to see the first couple hours of the solar eclipse. That's not a range of the magnet. And we have other things affecting my luck. I don't believe I have any. So I wasn't able to get any gnomes in the Skyblock, since I don't have natural living trees. Whoops, that was a mistake. I forgot to put back on my wings. So yeah, I don't have natural living trees, so I don't know how to get gnomes in Skyblock. But yeah, I think I should be good. Like gnomes would be really strong for luck. I also haven't figured out if there's a way to get the heart statue. But yeah, I'll continue farming out this solar eclipse, now with a better scythe. Yeah, there it is. And this one goes through walls, so I can also hit the mobs to the left there. And I'll continue farming my chlorophyte after the solar eclipse. So I did put on the ring and the lucky horseshoe, and it paid off since I already have the Neptune shell now. All I need, I think, is the moonstone at this point. Yeah, so the next solar eclipse is probably going to be after Plantera. And that's when Mothron spawn, who can go through walls, and then it will be a lot less safe than this one. So that one will be really scary. Okay, so I think Frankenstein cannot shoot, so I'm good. If one of the nail heads comes beneath me, I might close this. I'm just going to close it for now until he's gone. Another Neptune shell. It's also lightning, so I also don't want to go outside. So yeah, I'm just going to sit here in my little safe area, safe house. So that was the solar eclipse. I ended up with a bunch of Neptune shells, and I also got the moonstone, which I'm really happy about. Also I got the scythe, or the sickle, and I think the sickle is a really powerful weapon since it can go through walls, so it can make farming a lot easier. And let's not forget to put on my wings again. Now I did replace it with horseshoes, so full damage still isn't a problem. But I still don't want to get in a situation where I get attacked by something, try to fly away, and I'm not able to. Oh yeah, it's night. For some reason always after the solar eclipse I forget that it's night, and I think it should be day. Now I don't know what Requiem is. Ah, it's just a painting. So let's roll the scythe and see what I get. Now of course, now that I have it, I might as well put the discount card on for 20% cheaper rerolls. Quick, massive. Let's just get something decent. Ruthless. I don't think I'm going to use it a very long time, so I'm just going to go for Ruthless instead of like Legendary. And also, I have a bunch of items now, which I can combine. And what I mean by that is the werewolf gear. Let's see if I find it in here maybe. So the moon shell, which is the moonstone charm and the Neptune shell. And let's see, do I have the rest? Seems like I don't have the last few items for it. Oh yeah, I need the sunstone from the golem, or golem. So just a little bit longer, but we'll get there. So moonstone, sunstone and the precise moon shell together form a really nice item as well. So yeah, I'm going to go and farm my chlorophyte and see if I have enough for the next, or enough to do the mechanical bosses a couple more times. So I got another solar eclipse. Now I kind of wanted to prepare for some more mechanical bosses, but whenever you don't need something you get it multiple times. But yeah, after this solar eclipse I'm quickly going to go back to base, craft the mechanical boss summons and then do them again, but this time with my new turtle gear armor. And I also have now a hallowed repeater for the destroyer. I'm going to craft some chlorophyte bullets for the mega shock, and I also have the ruthless scythe. So it should be quite a bit easier this time around. I'm also going to use the black pearl, so I don't have to use my Terraspark boots, and if I don't feel comfortable using the black pearl, then I'm going to go back to the Terraspark boots. But yeah, it should be a lot easier, and then once I do the mechanical bosses a couple times again, I can make the True Knight's Edge. And that's the weapon that I want to use to defeat Plantera in the next episode. So I'm just going to wait for this last 1 minute. And then I can do some quick preparing. Now during these solar eclipses I'm also farming some of the banners so I can put them in my base. So that if a solar eclipse is happening and I teleport to base, I don't get one shot by every mob that I come across. But yeah, I think still the most scary mob is going to be the Mothron after Plantera. Because you can't really run from it very easily. You're not safe in your house and you're not safe running around outside. But that is a worry for later. First I just need to finish this off and then go to base quickly, because I do want to make sure that I have enough time to actually kill the bosses. I don't want to go before 7:30 because I just don't want new mobs to spawn around my base. So I have to deal with them without banners, and that's just going to take a little bit longer. I'll just wait for 1 minute until I kill all these solar eclipse mobs. Yeah, and those are normal zombies, so I can go back. Okay, so quickly desummon the slimes, since I want the better summons. Let's see if I can craft the... oh yeah, it's at the anvil, not at the altar. And I can go to mechanical skull, mechanical worm, mechanical eye. I do need to make some inventory space real quick. Shop, sell, vanity, vanity, vanity. Where is vanity? Here. The vanity, vanity, and I think the bat wing is just as good as the bee wing, so I don't need that. Okay, and then I go back here and I do craft mechanical eye, mechanical worm, and mechanical skull, so I can make them all three. And then also I want some bullets, so let's see if I can make chlorophyte bullets, or I might need... ooh, I might need musket balls for those, so I'll quickly go to the guns dealer, get some musket balls, and then see if I can create some chlorophyte bullets. Okay, I am good, but I'm not wearing my gear, which is really dumb. Quickly put on my gear. Could have died there if that was a worse mob. I'm trying to do this way too fast. I should be more careful. Okay, let's see if I see the bullets. Chlorophyte bullets here. That's not enough. Okay, so I'll just shoot these up, and then next time around I'll have chlorophyte bullets, so not against this boss sadly. I'll put some ichor bullets in front and in between, and then end up with ichor bullets. There, and then end up. Okay. So I will start with the destroyer, because I can use the repeater. Go to my arena. It's 10 o'clock already, it's going real quick. Okay, I have all my stuff. I'll use my buffs and I'll summon the 1, 2, 3 and mechanical worm. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Okay, so the head is that way. Oh, I got the pirate's name. Should be a little more conscious on where my NPCs are. That's coming from the right. So what I could also actually do is use some of this, since it also pierces, I think. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, but I do prefer this bow for the range, and a little bit too high for this boss. I might get some extra height from the house. Yeah, so now the little eyes aren't doing damage to me, basically. So the only thing that can really damage me is the head. But the head I can see on the map, so I can stay away from it, and I'm also too high for it, it seems. My eyes are like only on the minimap, I'm hardly looking at my character. Could be dangerous in different ways, but at least I'm safe from the head, which does a lot of damage. Got some honey just in case. Oh, I looked away from the map for 1 second and then the head got closer than I'm comfortable with. Yeah, this is what I like about Terraria. When you get the upgrades and you feel almost indestructible. The one thing that's dangerous is that you get overconfident for the next area or the next boss, and then you go too quick and die there. So I want to prevent that. Also don't want to go in melee because I am not completely indestructible, even though it might seem that way. Staying away from the head, but I should be good around the body. Looking at the map, and there comes the head. And there it is. Another one down. Let's see what the time is. 1 AM. Might have time for one now. I'll wait for the next night since I don't want to waste the summon. Which means I can go to base and quickly do some inventory sorting, since I didn't do that after the solar eclipse either. Yeah, I have a full inventory. Of course, because of the bullets and stuff. Because for the mechanical skull and the mechanical eye, I do want to use my chlorophyte bullets. So yeah, I'll do some inventory sorting, do one more round of chlorophyte farming, and then do the next bosses on the next night. So yeah, in hindsight, I don't think I should have gone down there for the worm, since it's just a risk with no extra gain. I shouldn't get close to the head whenever. But yeah, it turns to daytime here while I was chlorophyte farming, and again I get a solar eclipse. So I thought I might as well farm it, since solar eclipses are really dangerous and I don't want to be walking about, or maybe if I'm underground I'm safe from the solar eclipse, but I might forget that there's a solar eclipse, teleport back and die. So I just want to be in my safe solar eclipse farm and farm out the solar eclipse so that I know I'm safe. So yeah, I'm just sitting here waiting for the solar eclipse to end while farming some gold. It's actually quite fun with the death sickle, just playing around with the wraiths. So I somehow got another solar eclipse again, but since the chlorophyte wasn't grown yet, I thought I might as well sit here and farm some more gold. Even though in hindsight I could have better sat at my caverns hallowed ice farm, since that gives me the good food. But it's still nice to get some of the some more banners. I don't have the eye yet. And also Just get some more money. Now let's see, I do have everything ready in my inventory for the next boss. All I have to do is teleport back and go fight him. So as soon as it's 7:30 and I see the normal mobs spawn again, I'm going to go back to base and then I'm going to fight the mechanical eye first. But yeah, this farm has turned out really nicely. At first I thought I didn't really like it and I made some slight adjustments and it looked a little bit better. But yeah, it works like a charm now and I'm really happy with it. I'm just afraid of Mothron still. Okay, so it's over 7:30, let's kill off the last few mobs, get the loot. And then go fight the last two mechanical bosses. Okay. Clear up some inventory space. Ores. I also got the Amulet of the Night, which turns the player into a bat, but I don't really use it. It's sort of a mount. Okay, let's go up here. Use my buffs. Desummon my slimes if I can find it. 1, 2, 3. And there it is, the eye. And this time with chlorophyte bullets. Now I did change my accessories. But yeah, only a few chlorophyte bullets. I'll go back to the other bullets quick here, probably. See, am I in sickle range? Actually, if I run away, I am in sickle range. I'm using a health potion here. Now this works. Okay, my health is still fine. I'm going to go down for a little bit of a honey buff. Slightly bad timing on my part, but it's okay. Okay, use my hook there. And I'm back in the arena. So even though I'm pretty strong, I still need to be careful because I cannot face tank these bosses yet, it seems like. Let's see if I can hit it if I do the thing above me. Maybe just... Oh, he's in rage. Let's focus on him now. And I made the turn. Perfect. See, it is 10 PM. Still should have time for the mechanical skull as well. So now they're both in rage, which is a little bit bad. Really focus on killing this first eye. Yeah, and I do like just using the Hermes boots. Gives me the mobility that I'm used to. My weird movement and stuff. Okay, so now this last one shouldn't be too bad. I can get it. Try and get it in my sickles. Go to the left and right. Okay, so that was fine. Now let's see how the mechanical skull goes. So last time this one was slightly harder. So let's see if it goes better this time. Now I do think the sickle is nice against the little hands and stuff. So I'm going to use the sickle a lot. Oh, I wasn't paying attention there. And I must just remember not to dash into the hands when he does his skull attack where he turns like that. Yeah, so I am liking how this is looking. I'm not losing too much health here. I will go for a honey buff once he stops spinning. There he is. And I don't want to move too much so that the hands can actually get into my sickles. Losing some health, still 15 seconds on the honey buff. I don't need to use my potion just yet. Make sure everything comes back so he gets into my sickles. Yeah, this is going nicely. Get the new honey buff. Whoops, didn't get it. Got it there. Two of the hands seem like they are almost dead. 3 of them. Okay, so I do want to keep moving a little bit. Now after this skull I need to get the honey buff again. The hands will die here any second now. Dropping down for the honey buff. Got the honey buff. And I am using 1 health potion here just in case. And rebuffing up just... yeah, okay. Oh, I had a feeling my buffs were slowly running out since I was starting to lose some health. I just buffed up again, I have enough, so good. Still have enough time, it's 1 AM. Whoops, it's still for a little bit too long here. And now I just kill the head, and I should be done. Okay, so the head is a little bit too far. Make sure he's inside my AoE damage as well. And then it's just waiting for him to be dead. And there it is. Mechanical bosses down once again. Now let's see if I have enough to craft the true Knight's Edge. Ooh, I didn't open the bags. Again, did that last time as well. This time I remembered, and there is the true Knight's Edge. Now I only will use this against Plantera, since after that I can upgrade it to the Terra Blade together with the what's it called? The hallowed version of the Excalibur and then the true Excalibur. But I do want to be strong against Plantera, since Plantera hurts quite a bit. So what I will do is I will re-roll it and see if I get a decent roll. I might even go for legendary since I have a lot of money, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, I'll put in 8 platinum. Yeah, I got it. Now I really like in the new update that you can just spam click, and then once you hit the best roll, it kind of pauses your clicks for a second. So you can just, if you commit to a certain amount of money, just spam click until you hit that amount of money. So yeah, what this True Knight's Edge does is it has massive AoE. And I'll show it here, where I'm also going to fight the Plantera. And it has a decent range, so I think this is going to be really good against Plantera. And even if it isn't, I can always just switch to my scythe and try the scythe, or maybe even try the hallowed repeater with some star arrows. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do next time. So next time you'll see me fight Plantera, then try and kill the Mothron, which I think is almost just as scary as Plantera, and fight the golem. And what I did this episode was kill the 3 mechanical bosses, then wait a long time for chlorophyte to spawn, since after the mechanical bosses I got the pickaxe axe. Then once I got a piece of chlorophyte, I could start using my hell base, where I have mud placed all around, which allows chlorophyte to grow. Now, I hope you enjoyed this episode, a little bit more fighting, which is nice. And yeah, thank you for watching.